Alright, got a game in DJ here and a bit of a pre-made as well. We'll be mostly focusing on my hero, what I'm doing in the early game, but we'll get to see what the rest of the team does as well because things will very quickly get hectic as we'll see. And if you've ever wondered why I've been uploading more replays instead of live, or not live, but like recordings of me playing the game and commentating as I go, this game's a pretty good example of why not, although hopefully you won't see it. This game I was playing at about the 15-minute mark with a solid, half an FPS I think for the rest of the game. So a bit rough to try and showcase, but hopefully here we don't see that. What we do see is Tamilian and Darkstar on Zerg. They are going to pick Thakris Zagara. So pretty standard heroes for these two. They both play these classes a lot. Tamilian usually picking Thakris or Kerrigan. Darkstar definitely has most of his defender games on Zagara, so very high level Zerg as well. They'll be trying quite hard. Right now we're just trying to keep our ability to one-shot Lings with the 2 fans and the crowd pacifier, making sure I don't get caught up too much on the Ling ball. Kind of fail. Also lose a fan as well, bit of a monkey. I'm also very much trying to stay away from where the hunter is, because I don't want him to be able to kill all my fans. He is gonna spawn not too many Lings actually, might spawn more later. The fact that they picked Zagara, 100 supply start, and Thakris, who also has a 50 supply start, the highest of the hunters and the highest of the defenders, we know they're going to go hard on Lings. We see a lot of Ling spam there. This guy, not so much. He's mostly relying on the Ling spam from the Nidus. So I'm just building up my fan count. Think I have, a little bit of a corner eco at the top, kind of hidden away until I can get a main eco up. How's my team doing? They are just solid farming. Oh my god. The depth start. Monkey. Alright, we're trying to, a little bit of a Ling ball comes out. We do not want to get caught in it. Again, risking those fans if we get hit by it. Prophet being very annoying. Doing us a big favor as well. I asked before the game if anyone could sit on top of the hunter. Just keep eyes on him. That way I can play like a greedy little rat, getting all the Lings I want. Getting as many fans as I want without the risk of hunter jumping on top of me. So we have constant vision of this Zerg hero, which is huge. This should get out, right? Yeah, pretty easily. I was gonna say that could be rough, but Ares is just on top of it. Yeah, these guys just sitting on top of Thakris. He can't do anything. We're building up fans. We should be, I was gonna say, should be moving out to make an actual eco somewhere now. So we're getting those fans split. Hammer has caught a bit of a Ling ball. We'll farm that. Try and do it without losing too many fans. I should turn off my auto fan cast, which I think I do. Yeah, I do here. Bit slow on it, but at least we get it. Yeah, pick up all those Lings. A lot of charges for me to spawn fans with. Great income on DJ. Very cheap. 10 minerals each, but as we can see, I'm at +8, which is quite a decent amount with only 3 eco structures. Most of my income being in fans. I wish I could say how much or what percentage it was. I guess I could do the math, but I'm not going to bother doing that right now. Each fan, no, all four fans is one fame. Then 1 fame gives whatever this says. These give like 1 fame each. I can't be fucked. What's the hunter doing? He's almost level 2. He did start Plague. Definitely was a good choice for me to try and stay away from him. He's not as much of a threat as something like a Dahaka or a Kerrigan. Kerrigan can dash on fans and one-shot them. Haka can obviously just cloak, run at you, or dash, and then spawn Lings as well. Thakris can plague them, and although it doesn't kill them, it's real slow to heal them all up one at a time. So it often leaves a lot of things dying to random Lings. Unfortunately, I leave this ball here for a little bit of map control / gas farm / potential to set up another eco. He does end up finding it. Yeah, we gotta remember this guy fucking map hacks. He knows where everything is, even when they're just units. So he sends those up there, clears that out. Unfortunate. Quite a lot of loss in fans, but we're just getting this bot right eco set up quite nicely. A lot of income for us at the moment. +15 per second. The fact that I haven't had to I did have to salvage this actually, but we've had this eco up for like 1 or 2 minutes. That's pretty much, that's a good place to be in as DJ. DJ is just so strong. If you get even a slither of time to set up your eco, you just snowball out of control. Hammer getting close. He's got no blink as well, so he could get run down by random Lings. Yeah, he's calling for help. He's pinging himself. The hunter is controlling Lings. We know that they're bot right as well, so yep, getting ready to salvage. I do indeed do it there. See if I can sneak out fans. See if I can avoid Disco Ball being plagued. Got a Ling Ball down bot left as well. I will just be ecoing down there. Hopefully avoiding the Ling Ball. He does manage to jump on top of my fans and clear them out, sadly. But that's fine, it's fine. The Disco Ball manages to stay hidden, doesn't get plagued. Even if he does plague it though, it's not a big deal. He can't kill it, so it's just a pretty much guaranteed way for me to reset eco if I can find the ability to either place things without Lings being patrolled around, which I believe they do. Yeah, they do patrol Lings around to stop me from doing that. Very smart, they know what I'm trying to do. But I can always, of course, just spawn fans and make units to clear out the patrols. So it's really, really difficult to shut down. So I do just remake another Disco Ball bot left, go for fans there. What did Thackrus pick level 2? He picked Slime. Wonder if he can actually even hit anything. I guess he could hit Schlurk if they get close enough. What did Zagara pick? Where's he? Oh, he's busy. He's busy fucking with me. Yeah, making me salvage. Taking out a lot of fans as well, actually. But he hasn't picked anything yet. They're almost level 3. Fortunately, Liberator comes in. Unfortunately, doesn't get anything out of it, but it's huge security that I have a anti-Ling Ball or anti-Ling hero on top of me, ready to help me rebuild. So now I have two options, which I chose one of them. Make crowd pacifiers down bot right, secure it, remake eco. But I still have the option to make eco on the left side as well if I so choose. I can clear out the Lings around here. I do have the Liberator on top of me to clear out any Ling Ball if that gets sent at me. But right now, Zerg doing a great job at Ling Balling around the map, clearing things out, keeping things pretty even really. Survivors are not in a bad spot. Yeah, there we go, more map hacks. Survivors are not in a bad spot, but they are getting pressured a lot, and the creep is absolutely nuts. Like, this is 10 minutes, they've almost cut the map in half. We have no like creep push really, no good creep push without feeding, not this early on. And the fact that they've managed to creep like this while finding so much, like both of these Zerg have incredible Ling control and find so much eco, and they still creep like this is fucked. We do manage to run into the hammer there, give him a bit of a heal. We are level 4, I believe. No, level 3, almost 4. So level 2, all the part of the show. Level 2 heal. I lose quite a bit here. I think I was busy looking at something. Probably trying to reset bot left. But yeah, my hero is fine. It's just, unfortunately, the fans are going to go down. I didn't have the speed burst. I used that to get to the hammer. Where's Thackrus right now, actually? He's still up top. He's clearing out the fucking... Oh, that's a big clear as well on the Spirit. Yeah, more eco down here. We're all trying to get on top of this great defensible area for eco while the Liberator is down here and can defend us as well. Explosive wards as well. We know versus these two Zerg as a team that they are going to find our ecos and that we are going to want to be able to defend our ecos. We're not expecting to hide ecos versus these guys. So now we've got bot right, bot left. Our team is actually very concentrated in bot right and bot left. Got a little bit up here. Spirit might get hit again and lose even more. No, they are preparing to withdraw. They're queuing it up, cancelling it a little bit too fast, but that is smart. They're only on one market though. I don't know why they're not doing it on both. But, oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Never mind, they died to something. How did they die, actually? Okay, so we see Spirit actually chose to run upwards as Thackrus was coming in. Oh, hell no, it's just a Zagara, isn't it? Okay, yeah, they get picked. Okay, how does Zerg know? How did they, like, clip a Ling with vision? And then they just TP up here, right? Is there a blink? There is a blink on Spirit, actually. They control Lings, they control a Ling Ball. No way he dies just to the Lings. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, that's not good. Happens, smiley face, happens. Just preferably not while they're on my team. Oh well, it is a Spirit. You can't expect much from them. Tough class. So we're going, I mean, we're just all fucking ecoing on top of each other, aren't we? Absolutely. Well, it's not great. It's not great. But we're in an okay position. It's not terrible. Like, at least personally, we have a lot of eco. Our team is a bit behind. There's quite a lot behind, actually, other than the Artanis. See, Thackrus comes to our bot left eco. Let's take a look at what I'm doing from my point of view. Just salvaging. AFK looking at it for some reason as well. Yeah, at least I am moving my fans away. Getting the disco ball moved as well, so we're trying to keep that safe. Gotta go and try and heal up that hammer. He should be safe regardless. Does he have... Oh, he doesn't have any escapes well. I mean, his speed's almost up, but... Yeah, we kind of want to get there, heal him up, and then defend as well. So we're kind of defending these ramps from randomlings, but they definitely know we're here. Well, and they especially know now. So they know we're bot right. Bot left, I did manage to get the disco ball out. It got plagued, but... And he did clear out the fans, but it's not the worst thing in the world. At this point, it was getting desperate. Bot mid is cut off. We don't know it, but top mid is cut off. And we know it. We know things are bad. So in the voice comms we were talking, you know what, let's go for a base. We can try for an early base. And I was in a fortunate enough spot where I could not all in, but go really heavy into defense. What upgrades am I at? I think I have one. I have 2 armor. I think I get 1 attack later, and then much later get one, or get the subwoofer upgrade. But I can really just be a good tank in the base. And honestly, DJ is so fucked, bro. If they're sending lings into us or units into us, and the units are dying, I just get more eco because fans. It just gives me more fans, and fans are actually a really solid source of income. So it's we have a pretty good composition for this. Decide to get 2 laser shows on the low ground to make sure they're not... he's going to plague them. As long as they're not on the high ground and vulnerable, I can sit them at the back of the base. If he walks too close up, I can start zapping him. At this point, I was most certainly sitting on a solid half an FPS. So hopefully things are a little bit more smooth as we watch the replay. We see that we do clear out that ling ball. They back off. I wonder what he was doing, because I can't remember if he went tier 2 early. I think they just wanted to creep over with Zagara. Nice little blink there. Because creep is already really close. Schleck just doing a bit of bullying, making sure they get some gas, kind of annoy Thacker's, drain his resources. Let's look at their income. They're at +8, +3, holding some minerals for the defender. Hunter, +11, +3, holding same amount of minerals pretty much. If we can drain them of minerals, it is very valuable. So them... The Schlurk killing those units is really, really valuable, actually. See a TP come out, actually. Where did he go? I also see Zagara getting closer and closer. So yeah, the Hunter is just going around to clear out the map. We are ecoing up fairly hard. Space incredibly limited. I definitely need to get, like, heavy fan income. Because, I mean, by far the most efficient income is the +1s here, but they take up so much room for me. Well, not the +1s, but the tier 1 eco. But I need to do it, because I really need this income. Once I get to a certain point, it's fine. Then we can go for higher tier, more space efficient income. But to really hold this early base, I need to make sure I have some upgrades. Still don't have the subwoofer upgrade. I might be looking for that soon. Still don't have weapons 1. I do have the ability to make a few more units. If they're laser shows, more single target. If they're subwoofer, more bulky frontline and AoE. It just depends on what the team requires based on their units. And based on their units, we're going to need frontline and AoE. We can get siege tanks at the back with the Ares potentially. If we could get the Delta Squad, the Schlurk, to get in the back, they can still do single target. We see we're trying to push out a little bit. We're in a risky spot. I do have 2 armor, so I feel a little bit safe walking up. Trying to push a bit of creep, maybe do a bit of damage to Zerg. Wonder how much I've got off of this, since we haven't hit them often. Yeah, 2k. It's not bad since I've only hit them like a few times. We see Manager coming out, which is an absolutely incredible mini hero. So we'll be using him mostly for the anti-gravity zone, which stuns units pretty much that aren't heroic. So now they're coming in. They're pincering. They've got the Thackrus on the top side with the Ling spawn. We don't see the Zagara yet. They have made a bunch of spine crawlers as Zagara, which I really like, to pretty much encircle us, make sure we can't really move out, make sure we're still limited on space, and they are so cheap for Zerg, while being so strong for the area they defend. They cost, I believe, 25 minerals. Let's take a look, actually. Do we see any drones around? I can't see any drones, sadly. Drones cost 25 minerals. I believe the spine crawlers are free, so 25 minerals total for what they give is really valuable. Thackrus walks up. We hit him a bit. If our units get plagued, which they have been, they will end up dying, so I recall them out with the Manager, and I'll put them in a safer spot, probably on the slow ground down here. Nope, right in Zagara's face, apparently. I guess they do still have quite a lot of HP, but I definitely want to keep these alive. We're limited on what we can make. We're very limited on resources, very limited on units. I have one attack in the subwoofer upgrade now. I probably, go all in for subwoofers. Well, not all in, I don't salvage yet, but I might have to. We're actually doing quite a lot of damage. This laser show, is it going to fall? It's plagued. I'm not recalling it. But he's kind of not getting units on top of it. It's permanently 1 health. Yeah, there we go. It gets on top of the other subwoofer. We see the Zagara is pushing with the Lings on the bot side, or on the left side, and she's kind of making it through. We are level 6 as DJ now, by the way, so we are insane huge, because we have base drop. 1.1k every base drop if it hits the Zerg hero. If not, it's at least going to clear out balls of roaches, and any Lings it hits. Still no tier 2 from the Hunter. No, he does have Piglets. He might start spawning them, and he has Hydras as well. So he's gone for a very expensive composition, Piglets and Hydras, but it is 20 minutes in. So even though it looks like it's earlier in the game because like we've got nothing, this is actually not it's 20 minutes in. They can afford Piglets and Hydras. It just means they won't be able to eco much off of it while they build it. So they get Hydras out, deny even more area of our base. They do need to target fire because these are trying to hit all my subwoofers and fans on the low ground. I've been hitting Zagara with a few subwoofer hits, not subwoofer, base drops as well. We're up to 18k damage, so yeah, they are definitely taking damage as they stand here. They've dropped to 41k. As we see, the manager picking up those units, quite useful. Quite a low cooldown as well, if we could I click on it? Yeah, it's a very low cooldown, it's like 20 seconds by the time it ends anyway. So yeah, even though they had Hydras and Plague out, I don't bother salvaging. It's not that valuable, that eco, so if I lose it, it's not the biggest deal, and if it stays up, it is a fairly big deal. Try and push back the left side creep before, as we saw there, just a little bit, but Thackerus comes into the right, so we jump back on him. Again, the gravity zone, very fucking powerful. It doesn't just hit whatever target is in it at the time as well. Any target that runs into it will immediately be stunned. Zagara taking huge damage, and although she can damage our teammates, I have level 3 heal now, so I can heal my teammates for 50 per second, or 25 shields per second. It's kind of insane. Thackerus trying to take down the rock on the right side, but we are just pushing back Zagara, doing a little bit of damage. The siege tanks are huge when it comes to link clear here. Disgusting gravity zone again. And we are getting, like, our eco is fucked. And I don't just mean mine, I mean our teams. But we are getting insane levels. Like, level 7 Lib, level 8 Phantom. We gotta know what level Ares is. He's almost 7. He's gonna hit his power spike where he can hyper jump and then pick up units and drop them fast. Definitely not just an absolute XP leech. And I'm level 9, so I get a lot of value out of all these abilities. And I have level 3 part of the show, have for a long time. So a lot of our eco is fans. Like, we are almost max supply, and most of it's in fans. And that's why we're sitting at like plus 40 minerals per second, even though we've got like no eco. I do still have the disco ball bot left, by the way. It did get plagued, but it's not dead. So how are we doing? We see, from the survivor point of view, it's real hard to actually even get vision to hit them, and it is a fucking desperate base. The tanks are doing huge work, just sitting in here, shelling away. They do great single target damage to the Hunter. They also do great damage to the Lings and Hydras. Zagara walking up, taking a bit of damage. She has to TP out. Because she TPs, I feel like I can walk up fairly safely without her TPing behind me. Manages to clear a little bit of creep. Unfortunately, we don't have high ground vision, so we have to back off. I do have a disco ball in here somewhere, I believe. I should have brought it with me for the high ground vision. I can't see because there's like 500 units there. There we go. Big base drop on the Hunter, but the rock is about to go down. Liberator's like killing a ton as well. Look at this manager, man. Like, this is insane, this ability. Anti-gravity zone. Okay, rock is about to go down. I do full salvage. My team, not so much. They don't have that much of a luxury, but if Thackerus walks in, we will try to damage him. I still have my speed zone, which affects all allies as well. And so it speeds everything up. So we could really jump on top of Thackerus if he gets in there. But we can see Zagara, out of our range, out of our sight, is now hitting the bot side as well. And she's kind of pushing through. And I am a bit stuck up here. I kind of need to move downwards. The Immortals are doing some good damage. The Thackerus does jump in. He's on top of some tanks, but a lot of them behind these cliffs. He does get on top of the eco, makes people salvage, lift off eco, lose eco. It's real bad. I'm Yeah, I'm full on, like, no eco buildings. I'm still at plus 18, by the way, just because of fans, and I'm not even max supply. It is a little bit nuts. I'm holding 12 fan charges as well. I think there were a lot of points in this where I got max supply, and I couldn't morph my fans into subwoofers because I had too much fans. So I think I turned it off for that. Big base drops. I mean, I'm just scaling level-wise, almost level 11, along with my teammates. Phantom, by the way, the Delta Squad is 1-1. They've only spent 1,000 on upgrades. They've just had no eco. And as they get pushed out of the base, as the Thackrus has to TP out, we get an opening to really push back some of the creep, because Zagara cannot solo kill us as long as we're fast. Like, we, again, can heal all our allies. Schlurk getting a bit close, but big heal from, or big shield from the Phantom, and then heals from myself and the Schlurk herself. And my team is now rebuilding eco, trying to create a little bit of path blocking and tanking with these gateways as well. I'm trying to rebuild a little bit bot left. We can sneak out some eco outside of the map. That's huge. There's a little bit of this as well. Tech outside of the base is massive for Artanis. Means we can save so much more space that we wouldn't have. So now Schlurk and I are trying to push back some of this creep. Prophet sneaking out tech in probably the most findable way possible. Like Thackrus will just walk past here anyway. But again, we just don't have room, so it's the right thing to do. Yeah, we're pushing this. As long as, like, we're trying to get Zagara to walk up and take some damage. She jumps on Schlurk, I can speed her up, Phantom can shield her, like this. Yep, and we just get some damage. Didn't even need shield, in fact I got the shield. I think a bit of a misclick, but that's fine. But she just heals up, no problem. And we are trying to farm levels as well. Again, this doesn't cost me too much, because I can just put all these kills into fans and re-eco. I think... yeah, so I'm still rebuilding a little bit bot left. It's not much room though. How's my team doing? They do have a little bit. They've got 2 starports, which is big. Hammer, once he gets starports out, actually very compact eco for how much he gives. But he still will need much more to be able to do anything useful. He needs a lot of minerals, that class. Ares the same. Quite a lot of income relative to the size they take up, but they just need so much of it to actually be able to achieve, like, really building any valuable unit. So the trio of us still pushing out some of this creep, making sure they can't easily re-attack our base. Do we get snuck up on by Thackrus? Yeah, I was a bit worried while doing this. If Thackrus jumps on me, as well as the Zagara, like if I get slimed, I can't run out. So I have to recall with manager. And if Zagara's right-clicking me, I don't recall out in time, I don't think. Is what I was thinking anyway, but I'm looking at myself, I've got 1200 HP. Because I'm so high level. Actually, maybe I would have got out in time. Yeah, I guess I definitely would have. That's an insane amount of HP from all these levels. And here we go. Our bot left gets hit. Yep, and Zagara as well. We do salvage it. Well played to them for finding that. They also found top left. I think this whole game they must have been thinking these guys must have eco out on the map, because how were they able to build so much? But a lot of it was just constant all-ins. Especially from me, I was just constantly spending so much of my resources straight into units, not actually making buildings until this like lull in the game where they're kind of letting us rebuild a bit so they can get eco themselves. They're definitely upping their eco. Let's take a look at what they're sitting at. 33.8 and 48.14, pretty big. Yeah, I try to get some eco done here, try to defend it, but realistically, we're not going to be able to hold this position if Thackrus starts attacking from here. I do need to move back and help my team. So we've got a laser show back out. We lost our other 2 earlier on. Definitely did the damage though. It was definitely worth it. How much have I done total? 22k. I think most of that's in base drop, honestly, as Zagara was moving off creep to try and hit us. She didn't have the move speed to dodge base drop, but the laser shows were definitely a good investment early on. Kind of pushed away the hunter and did some damage. Yeah, at this point, I've got to realize I just need to salvage this. I'm not going to hold this position, and I need to support my team more. So yeah, I moved back. How's the team doing? They're holding top side. I recall the valuable units. Get those out. Yeah. Should just salvage here. It's taken me a while to salvage, it seems. I guess, again, they are, like... They're buildings that take the Zerg so long to kill just because there's so many health bars, and it is valuable for me if they stay alive, and not that big of a deal if I lose them. But yeah, I do end up salvaging. Just put it all into fans. Yeah, as we see, I'm going to slow the game down a bit, actually. I'm still dropping frames just watching this. Like, there is so many units, so many effects in this tiny area of the map. It is a real desperate hold. And there we go. Put it all into the subwoofers. We can hold back roaches and lings amazingly. I personally don't have much scaling other than my hero for damage and spells, but my units can just hold so well versus the roaches and the lings until my team builds up eco, and then hopefully they can do something later on. Say later on, we're 32 minutes into the game and it still really doesn't look like it. Like, this is such a scrawny 32-minute base. There we go, big manager. Team holding well topside. We've got Reavers out from the Artanis as well. Crucio Tank Liberator doing great AoE damage. Even got explosive wards if they get activated. And the Ares tanks are building up in numbers. Once he gets enough of those, they are just gonna melt anything that walks near. And he's got a lot of them. He actually has some out in the open, which is a bit risky, but we are sitting at full supply. We see I'm 200 out of 200. I'm just constantly spawning frontline, both in the way of subwoofers, and even the fans are a valuable bit of tanking. Thackrus is kind of breaking through. They've got to be high level is what I was going to say. 10, level 10. They are going to have Dark Swarm level 4, Plague level 3, and that really gives them a lot of ability to push through this topside without taking too much damage. See, we're losing some vision here, trying to push back some of the Zagara push. Schlurk helping with it as well. Top right, unfortunately, is getting pushed in. And our eco is so sparse as well. It's so messy. And Thackrus does get in, and this messy eco is no longer going to be the case. We do have so many motherships still, which is massive, because they obviously take 0 building space. So very, very useful that we had an Artanis here. So he could actually eco. We managed to... I mean, they were 16k or so once Thackrus broke into this top side. They're losing a lot of health doing this, and you see I'm up here trying to zoom in, use move speed to try and block them off, and hope and give move speed to my teammates, my support, so they can get in and do damage. But the Thackrus does TP out in time. Zagara continuing the push as the Thackrus TPs out to try and keep up that pressure, not allow us to rebuild, but it isn't enough. We have so many levels. We can hold one of the Zerg at any given time without too much problem. Unless they have Omegas or mass Banes. Banes would have been real scary for us as well. But we do not see Banes this game. Omegas, we may end up seeing those. I can't remember actually. But we can hold off the Roach and the Ling. That's not a problem. It's when there's 2 spawning and 2 walking at us. But we repel them. Again, we've got a bit of a safe point. Time to rebuild up eco, and for me, time to push a little bit of the creep, since it is not really my place to build up eco in this base. I'm just, at this point, I'm just here to really be a tank, a frontline, and a spellcaster. My team needs the eco space far more than I do, and can scale with it far better than I do. Ling's coming back in from the Thackrus. Is he standing on that high ground? No, he's not, but they do have Corruptors now. Corruptors are a threat. We've got Red Thors, which have incredible anti-air, but we really need to keep the motherships alive, which are kind of pushing with our army to give us that high ground vision to push back creep. But we want to keep the motherships alive, we want to keep the Ares alive, we want to keep the Delta Squad heroes alive. The Corruptors could be a big problem for us, and now we see balls of Corruptors coming out. Zagara sneaking on back in. Fortunately not Neadrish, who could just storm all of that, and the motherships do get out. Yeah, it's so useful to have a DJ in this base, so we're seeing stuff like the Delta Squad, even the Prophet can take damage, the Schlurk's taking damage, but I can just heal them so easily and get them right back into the fight, which is huge. Big base drop coming out. Where's the Thackrus? He's got to be hiding somewhere. They are going heavy on eco. They are rebuilding a lot of eco. Yeah, he's on this creep up here. Look at the mini-map. Look at how much eco they have, how much creep they have. Look what the survivors have had for the past how many minutes. It's we are just trapped in a little corner. Schlurk walking up with the shield manages to do 1k to them. They're only down to 5k, so Schlurk is a big danger. She's got to have high levels as well. Level 4 kinetic grip, yeah, kinetic blast. 1200 damage each hit. The autos are not a small amount of damage as well, so every time the Zerg walk up, they are really risking it. Gorgon, of course, can also do huge damage, so can Prophet. They eat even one of my base drops, they lose like half their health. It's a real risky spot for Zerg heroes to be. They just need to fight army versus army, and that's very difficult because our army is incredible against army. Like the mass siege tanks, the Crucio, all the supports, roaches, any tier 2 units and lings don't have a chance without the hunter nearby to cast spells and without the Zagara nearby to spawn on top of us, basically. What is a risk is potentially banelings, maybe Somps or Corruptors or Brooders. The kind of tier 3, the higher tier units are a risk. Slurk goes in, yeah, dies, unfortunately. I was slow to react there. I should have sped up, got over there, healed her. She might have got out, especially with my speed boost. It's bad by me. To be fair, also, it's so hard to control when you've got half a frame. So I don't even know if I had the time to pan my camera over. But she does manage to do 500 health before dying. Not useless, but it is a big loss in our ability to hold and our ability to snipe with her down. We see the Somps come out, Brooders come out. At this point, our army has a much harder time holding this. Fortunately, my manager can still anti-gravity zone roaches. Can't do it to massive units, can't do it to Somfo Mega, but when we're versing roaches, we have a pretty good time with it. As you can see, we're actually, despite not really having eco, I haven't built any eco still. I'm just relying entirely on fans, and still I'm at plus 32 per second, just because fans are so good. Pretty much solo holding aside a little bit and hoping that the rest of the team can hold off the top side, which they're doing incredibly. I believe at this point I'm calling over teammates. I'm like, I can't solo hold this anymore. I'm losing fans. I'm kind of slow losing the fight here. There's a bit of a slideshow as we see all these lings and all these roaches collapse on us. And if you're looking at the minimap, the radar towers see an absolute swarm of units coming in from the top side as well. There's so many levels on all of our heroes though, so we can clear stuff way better than we should, despite having fuck all units. Ares almost level 11. He is just soaking the XP, to be honest. More importantly though, we're looking at the Liberator level 14. He does insane amounts of damage due to the levels he has. Gorgon level 7 has incredible damage as well, for the fact that they're still 1-1, by the way. I don't think they ever get 2-2 this game. The fact that they're 1-1 and still able to fight roaches and lings just because of the levels is insane. I'm also level 16 now, almost 17. Base drop, despite me not really making more eco, is still growing in power, and my ability is still very useful for my team. Unfortunately, like Prophet as well. Prophet's a huge one to level here. He's gonna grow. See, he actually does have upgrades. Prophet was by far the richest here. I think let's take a look at the minerals per second. Yeah, Prophet 144, Ares 132, Sergeant Hammer 200, Artanis 100. Everyone else has pretty much nothing. So Prophet's actually pretty big here, and he can two-shot. He can pretty much insta-kill Zerg. But he only has 900 health pretty much, or almost 1000. He does get killed very fast. Zagara does about what, 200, so about 400 DPS. So in maybe 1 or 2 seconds, Prophet will die to her. But they also have Brooders and Corruptors. Like, Prophet would win the fight, but they have Brooders and Corruptors as well. Otherwise, you know, we'd just get a level 4 Phantom Shield over here. How much does it give? 5,000 shield. And Prophet would just dive on her. And we're trying to get that to happen. We're trying to get that to happen for sure, because it's a possibility. But if she's further on creep, like, we can only do it when she's at the edge of creep. Otherwise, she spawns Corruptors, sends them at the Prophet, and he's in danger. But we have managed to actually hold this base, and we are rebuilding eco. We could probably speed up a little bit now as well, now that the units aren't being spammed. So wait until that happens. But team building up eco. Ares has quite a lot, Sergeant Ham has quite a lot, and therefore Prophet also has quite a lot. Poor Delta Squad is stuck on 2+8s. Desperately trying to get either 2 armor or 2 attack, because he still can't afford either. A lot of our team really did full all in on this base. And of course the motherships are still useful as well, but they don't give the best income. It's definitely better than nothing though, which is what a lot of us have. How much am I at, actually? Just off of fans, plus 24. I'm not maxed out on supply, sadly. But yeah, it's so much income. But for what I have, for what I've spent as well. The fact that I can routinely make subwoofers despite not building eco is a little bit silly. Slow down again, because here we go. We see topside, there's not too much. They're balling up units if we look at the minimap. Left side, he's starting to push with roaches, though. Pig is coming out as well. I mean, yeah, they're only at... Hold on, they're only at 2 melee. What is the... Oh, they're not even holding that much gas. I mean, they are at plus 52 per second, plus 100 per second. I guess a hunter could make... Yeah, oh, Banes do come out. Hunter could make 3 attack. Like, they do have a lot of income, but the defender definitely is thinking about trying to go for Omegas as time goes on. As we look here, it's just... Banes are pretty good versus us, but the fact that we have so much AoE at this point, and the tanks, the Ares siege tanks are massive. What's he got in supply-wise? 164 supply. That's a lot of fucking tanks. I think it's all in tanks as well. We're still fighting for the left side. Still trying to hold them off. We should probably be moving forward a little bit into these chokes, especially to try and keep these tanks safe. We see the Phantom kind of moves forward a little bit, maybe thinking of a snipe, but he's still only 1 armor, so he would have died pretty much instantaneously. 1 attack as well, so he's not even going to do much. Prophet, however, should be getting in position. He is doing a good job at clearing out all the tier 3 units over here, which he is the main one to do it. He has the highest single target damage here. Zagara sneak on that high ground. Prophet does have the shield. He runs up. He gets 1 zap off, and then he backs off. Bit of a pussy, bit of a monkey, but at least it does drop them down to 2k. That's half their health gone. So now we see Corruptors sneaking on in. They get a mothership. They might get more as well. The Red Thor's incredible anti-air, but it's only a few of them in a space at once. Also, the Delta Squad, Liberator, and Gorgon as well, incredible anti-air, but he just doesn't have the upgrades to really combat them as you usually would. So I'm trying to run over, clear them out with my anti-air, which is my base drops, because I don't have much units at the moment. I'm actually holding a decent amount. I think I'm attempting to get an eco structure out here. A tier 3 eco structure is what I was going to do. But as we'll see in a second, I go for it. I actually try to build it here. But communicating with my team, we actually don't have the space. We need this little channel for units to run through and for the Ares to get his H classes moving through. And sadly for me, that is more valuable than my single eco structure. We could have alternatively built it up here, but Thackrus is constantly pushing there. We've seen Banes, we've seen Somps. I don't want to risk eco when I could just put it back into subwoofers and try and hold the base a little longer for my teammates, because they are still building up an eco, and we are still really, really insanely hard to push with army only, and that's pretty much all Zerg have. Again, if they walk up, they've only got 2k HP. If they walk up again, Prophet will just zap them and they'll die. How many do we still have alive, by the way? I think it's all of us except the Schlurk. Oh, and the Spirit, of course. So yeah, we still have a lot of power in here. Omegas do come out topside. They're taking some serious damage, actually, mostly from the Prophet. The Gorgon doing a good amount too, but Prophet kind of melted those. But we also see some Bruder from the left side, and at this point, I'm pretty much outclassed by these units. I can't hold much of this. What I can do is drop base drops, which help a bit, and kind of speed up my allies and heal them. I am mostly a hero at this point. I don't have much of an army to fight this, but fortunately our team has built up enough time to get out a lot of siege tanks, and for the Prophet to get a lot of upgrades. I'm wondering, is the Delta Squad still 1-1? I think he never gets 2-2. I don't think he ever affords it. So yeah, he's still 1-1. And oh yeah, we see Corrupt spam come out now. So now we have to try and run around and keep motherships alive. More importantly, keep the Ares alive. Ares can easily get sniped here, and he's about to... No. The motherships tank for him, which is big. We see him dancing around a bit. I'm trying to run through the base to get to him to give him the speed boost if he needs it. We've also got Liberator who needs healing. We'll give that guy a quick heal. We do manage to take out the Corruptors, but this is a pretty concerning realization that we're very vulnerable to Corruptors still. Like, they managed to get that throughout the whole base. Another round of Corruptors puts us in a huge amount of danger. They could absolutely kill us here. And they've taken out most of the motherships. If they just keep spawning Corruptors, they will take out our air heroes eventually. So we are going all out on anti-air to try and stop this. The Ares, the Artanis, has had enough. He is just out of range of the slime, and he just absolutely runs down Thackrus. Thackrus doesn't have the speed to outrun him. So it ends just like that, just like a pixel away from hitting the slime, the Thackrus was. And the Artanis, sick of losing all the Zico, he's like, fuck, I'm taking matters into my own hands, I'm pissed, and he takes him out.